Hi, I'm Donna Rosenberg from Jameson Legal, and I am Director and Head of Inhouse for UK and Europe at Jameson Legal. I'm here with Martin Bastius, co-founder of Heydata, and we will be speaking on the topic today of the rise of the modern GC. Martin is co-founder at Heydata. From 2010 to 2013, he interned in a variety of prestigious law firms in the US and Europe, then becoming a junior associate and then associate until 2018 for the German law firms Hungler Muller and Rau. In 2019, Martin transitioned in-house with Gold until he co-founded Heydata, where he is Chief Legal Officer and Head of Privacy Product. Heydata are based in Berlin and are your experts in data protection, offering a next-level data protection management software enhanced with expert support. Welcome today, Martin.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you very much.
Great. It's nice to see you here. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and about Heydata?
Sure. Thanks for the lovely introduction, first of all. As you said, I used to be a lawyer in a law firm, and then I turned into working in-house, and then I transitioned into founding a tech company. And basically my motivation in founding Heydata, which is a legal tech company on the privacy side, as you said, was that my own experience from working in a law firm in privacy law was that some of the tests or many of the tests that we were doing as lawyers could be done automatically. So this is basically what we're doing at Heydata now, and obviously this is for the benefit of our customers too. By providing the service that we previously did manually in law firms, now digitally, we can obviously offer better prices to our customers. Plus, we have more time for actual personal consulting when difficult questions come up.
Fantastic. And what is some of the longer term projected plans for Heydata? What would you like to achieve in business in the future?
We definitely want to continue solving questions that our customers have, problems that our customers have, not only on the strictly privacy side, but we're looking into more compliance issues at the moment, whether it makes sense to also solve these struggles, because we want to be basically the one-stop shop for our customers when it comes to not only privacy, but also compliance issues looking into the future.
Great. Thank you, Martin. You may have answered some of this in the previous question, but I'll ask it again in case there's anything else that you'd like to go through. What significant steps have you taken which have led you to your current position as co-founder of Heydata? It's probably a really significant mental transition for you at some point.
Yeah, certainly. As you said, and as I explained before, it was certainly working in a law firm, then working in-house. In both of these cases, also in privacy law. And now this kind of made sense for me to take it one step further and to look into working even more in privacy law and even more solving the questions that I knew that customers did have. But other significant steps that also added to my career were definitely experiences I had abroad, working in the US, studying abroad, studying in Israel and in South America, because all of these experiences were quite significant in my own development. And it definitely added up into to my career paths that I took eventually, yeah.
Great, thank you. And so would you consider that a bit more of a roadmap, do you think, in your mind, that you just sort of set the steps in motion and that was clear, what was a clearer picture for you as you moved away from law firms, or was that a bit more of an evolution and a bit more opportunity based?
It was definitely also opportunity based, and I think that's always very hard to plan. I mean, what you can plan kind of is moving in-house, but then moving one step further and even co-founding a company is very hard to plan, because you always need also other co-founders that you can rely on. And in my case, I found the perfect team to do just that. And if you, like, as a person looking into this, will also have a great team that you can take the step with. then this is the perfect deal. But I don't think that anybody without the right team should actually go this path.
And what advice can you offer which may help an individual plan for their future in-house career?
I would definitely strongly recommend to start in a law firm, start in a good law firm, because this is what will eventually count if you move into in-house positions, that you work in a law firm that people actually heard of before. And I'm also saying that you should start in a law firm because nowadays sometimes people even start in-house, and I think it is actually preferable to also work as a lawyer in an external law firm. Just like doing all these tests that lawyers basically do. They're going to court, writing way too long advices that are way too basically long, and it takes a lot of effort to put into them, because this is basically what the clients want. But this helps you looking into the future. If you work in-house and everything is much more effective and short, it is good that you know that you can also do a kind of the long and comprehensive work, and that you have these capabilities. So I think that's one of my advices. And the other one is to not focus on one part of the law too much. Like in my case, privacy came along, but it wasn't always the law I only exclusively worked in. I also worked in IP law and IT law. And I'm also quite good in working with general terms and general contract law. And this really helps you if you work in-house, because in-house, most of the times you don't have a position that's very much fixed on one part of the law. And I think many times companies actually look for all-rounders.
Great. The one thing that I get asked about legal counsel or lawyers that are transitioning from law firms is about maybe their background, going back to what you spoke about before about it being a law firm that somebody has heard of. So the advice that I've given them in the past is to seek out an environment in-house where their managers are coming from the law firm backgrounds, where they will continue to learn more about their technical skills and capabilities. Is that something you would agree with?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, in many cases, when you move in-house, you still want to look for a position where you can grow, and also work-wise, professionally. So mentors are always important to have, and if you know them already from connections before, even better, because then you know that you can work with them. And otherwise, I would just in an interview very much look into this, whether you see that you have a mentor in your new company as well.
Thank you. And what would you consider is a primary skill aside from technical abilities that is equally important when recruiting an in-house lawyer?
From my own point of view and my own experience as working in-house now and also hiring people, I'm always looking a lot into whether somebody fits into the team, because at Heydata we're team players. It's very, very important to us that the person we're looking for fits into our culture. So this is definitely a capability we're looking for. And this also tells, I think, a lot about us. It tells a lot about me as a manager, probably, that the professional life is not only about working on briefs, working on legal advice, but also about the culture. This is also an important part of a company, actually.
Thank you. And what changes have you seen in the legal industry, and what impact have these changes had and may have in the future?
Well, I think this is all about legal tech, basically. Looking back, and also when I started my career, working legally was much more about manual work. And then along the way, their tools started to pop up and basically helped you as a lawyer to do things faster. Although probably in many cases, law firms actually didn't want to do their tasks faster, because then they wouldn't be able to make such an amount of money with the customers, right, with the clients. In any case, the tools came along, and interestingly, Heydata is one of these tools too, because we're providing legal tech privacy advice. So I can kind of see here the dots connecting, and obviously we're also looking into even increasing our tech advisors and giving even more opportunities to help our customers in technical means. And I think there's no way that this development will stop.
Great. And last question today, Martin. How do you see a recruitment company adding value to any recruit?
It's very hard to take the right pre-selection, I have to say, when you have a lot of candidates, and if you're looking into hiring, you will, if you're a good company, you will receive a lot of applications. I think a recruitment company can be very helpful in taking the kind of pre-selection process, because if you're hiring an employee, at the end of the day, you probably will have to take the last interview, because at least in our case, it's very important to us that the person fits into our own culture, and this is why we do think that we will have to lead a lot of interviews ourselves. But in the pre-selection process, this can be quite comprehensive and quite long. So in this case, the recruitment company could be very helpful in offering kind of like from this big pool of applications, the right candidates already.
I think too, just definitely from my perspective, when we're recruiting for companies, if we're doing our job correctly, we're obviously learning a lot about that business along the way. And I think that is helpful information for candidates to be able to even form an opinion or make a judgment as to whether they want to send a CV across to a particular business. And I think that could be very helpful in terms of, making sure that when we shortlist people and we send them across to clients, that the motivation for actually wanting to apply for those jobs is on the back of very helpful information to help them make that decision.
Sounds very reasonable, yeah.
Thanks, Martin. Thanks very much for contributing today. It's been really nice to get to know you, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that you've agreed to do this. These videos are a continuation of a series of videos on the topic of the rise of the modern GC, and they have been created to help support and provide content to lawyers looking to move in-house and legal counsel who have already transitioned in-house. And in order to do that, we're speaking with a variety of different senior lawyers from a variety of different backgrounds who have achieved management, strategic and or executive positions. As I mentioned before, if you've got any questions, we'd like this to be interactive. So if you have any questions for either myself or Martin, please reach out to me at my email address at donna.rosenberg@jamesonlegal.com. For those who don't know, Jameson Legal, we're an international recruitment company and we recruit legal and compliance positions. We do that for law firms, professional services, industry and commerce, and we recruit legal, company secretary, risk and compliance. We have offices in London, Abu Dhabi, Hong Kong and Singapore. So thanks again, Martin, very much. I hope we get to do something like this again. I've also thought about where potentially this could lead in the future. So I'd love to stay in touch. And in the meantime, have a great day and stay well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.